Good morning. Tuesday morning. I can tell because my neighbors are their landscaping service is here, so I believe Tuesday mornings must be their schedule. Um, so that droning sound is someone trimming their hedges. Um, so there you go. We may hear that off and on for who knows how long, as long as they feel like they have to trim the hedges. So we'll give it a few minutes before we get started. So just finding a comfortable place to sit and breathe. Bringing that awareness more inward. So we are more interested in what's going on inside rather than outside. Good morning, Dora. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, everybody who's here. So yesterday we talked about love, that kind of universal love, and heart, the heart centered, the heart chakra, the heart kind of leading with our heart. So, we in our culture we have that expression, wearing your heart on your sleeve, which I always kind of like. And I guess the meaning being that we're exposed and we're vulnerable. Um, so that's not that's not unlike what we're talking about. When you are living a heart-centered life, you are vulnerable. You are open, um, and there are going to be things that will happen that will hurt you. But there are going to be things that happen that hurt you regardless of whether you have an open heart or not. We may think by closing down our heart, we're protecting ourselves. But what we're really just doing is covering up and muffling our experience of joy and connection. So it hinders you, but it doesn't protect you. Um, you'll still hurt when when people are unkind or when things happen, loss and grief. I mean, they're going to touch you no matter how shut down you try to be. So rather than work on that, um, what we want to do is work on that sense of steadiness within, so that yeah, we will hurt, we will be hurt, um, but we will survive because we know we will. We know we have that divine, that spark that keeps us going, gives us our strength. Um, so, just as everything in life is good and bad, light and dark, um, so life is joy and sadness. We can't escape that, even if we try to flatten it, right? So that closing of the heart is to sense, it's in a sense to try to even things out, to flatten the highs and lows. Um, I mean, it does work to some extent, but it makes for a very um, uninteresting life. Uninteresting, yeah. Um, we want to experience the sensations. Um, but as we've talked before many times, we are not those sensations. We are not the grief. We are not the joy. Those are just feelings we experience as a result of what's going on. When we understand that, when we know where we are and what we are, we can enjoy, we can experience these things. Um, we can observe how we experience these things. I think of it sometimes. It's almost like when you um, when you are attending an event, um, and you you see something joyful happening, you can enjoy it, you can take part in it, but it doesn't feel, it's not so heavy, right? There's no responsibility. Um, and I think that's what we're doing. We're turning over the responsibility of that so that we don't feel like burdened by that. So we may be sad, but we know the sadness will pass. So we don't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like it may stay forever. And the same thing with the happiness. We are taking part in it and enjoying it, but we don't feel responsible to continue it, to keep it going, um, to never let it end. Right? Uh, we can enjoy things for what they are and know that there'll be something new coming along. Um, so the other aspect of that sort of living a heart-centered life is using your head, right? Being smart. We have our mind and we have our intellect to help us understand when situations are not good, right? So to keep going back to a situation or a person who is damaging you is not living heart centered. It's maybe the first couple of times, but after that, it just becomes kind of a damaging thing for you. So we need to temper that with our sense, right? So if we know um, that what we're doing is going to be rejected or going to be um, abused in some way, we may stop. We may decide that's not for us anymore. Um, because that heart centeredness goes both ways, right? It's not just, oh, I'm going to do everything nice for everyone around me at the cost of my own well being. Right? You need to be heart centered towards yourself as well. So there's a balance, there's always a balance. So we're going to, at the end, so I talked yesterday about this loving kindness meditation, which is called Metta meditation, Metta. And it's a Buddhist form of meditation for developing compassion, developing this feeling of heart centeredness. So if you don't feel like you're a very naturally compassionate person, this is a way you can kind of develop that. If you do feel like you are a compassionate person, but you've been beaten down over the years with that, which happens, this is another way to kind of spark that back up again. And I think we'll do that at the end. And it's just a guided meditation. I'll kind of talk you through it, and then I'll probably post a link because you'll want, if you want to do this, you'll probably, there's, some words to go with it, and you'll probably want to have something to refer to if you're going to do it for yourself. The other way to do it is you can, um, there's a lot of programs online. You can download a little thing and play it. Um, there's a I have to look a little further. There's a meditation program that I really like, and I don't know if I put a link up or not. I may have. Uh, I did really like until now. I just logged in. It used to be free. Everything was free. Now some things cost, but it's like very difficult to get rid of. Like it keeps trying to prompt you to buy things, which is not, it kind of puts me off. So I may try to find another one because none of this stuff should cost, right? It's readily available. You can get a book, go to the library, look online. You don't have to pay money for these things. It's just people trying to cash in, and I hate that. So see what we can find. So let's get started with some asana. All right, so sitting up tall. Breath in and out. Shoulders back, sitting up tall. One more breath, and then chin down toward the chest. Just let your head hang here. Lifting your head. Keep lifting, chin. Head drops back. Back to center. Take a breath. And then we're moving the head over to the right. Back to center and moving left. Back to center. Take a breath. Lean forward here and then move around. One way and the other. Back up to your seat, arms wide. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands together. Inhale wide. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Interlace the fingers. Lift the hands, we're gazing up. And then arms down by your side. Inhale, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. One more. Lifting high, and then right hand comes down, reach across with the left. Switch sides. Back up, shoulders lift, roll back. And forward. Walk the hands out in front. And then behind you, squeeze the shoulders together, gaze up. And back up to your seat, tabletop. We're going to sit back into child's pose. Moving back up, tabletop, a few rounds of cat-cow to loosen up the spine, inhales and exhales. Back to neutral spine, and then flip the toes, and we'll lift up, downward dog. And step the feet up to the hands. We're here in a fold. When you're ready, rising up. Standing tall, breath in and breath out. Inhale, lift the arms, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Set your knee down, arms overhead. Let's interlace the fingers. Lean back a little. And then hands down to the mat, stepping back. Downward dog. Inhale, high plank. And then lower down. On an inhale, we're lifting up just head and chest. Lower. Inhale, lift, head and chest. Lower. Once more, lifting up head and chest, or you could come up, upward dog, and then move to downward dog. Take one more breath here, and then we're going to step the right foot up. Set the left knee down, arms overhead. Interlace the fingers, lean back. And then hands down to the mat, step the back foot up, and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Arms overhead, back to mountain. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Drop the knee, arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, lean back. And then hands down to the mat, stepping back, downward dog. Inhale, coming forward to high plank, and then lower down. Inhale, lift, head and chest. And lower. Inhale, lift, head and chest. Lower. And last one, either head and chest or upward dog. And moving back into downward dog. Take one more breath, then step the left foot up. Set the right knee down, arms overhead. Let's interlace the fingers. Lean back. And then hands to the mat. Step the back foot up and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Lift on the inhale. Coming back to mountain. Take a breath. And then let's just step out to the right. So we're facing the side of the mat. We'll have hands at the waist. Take a deep breath and fold forward. So you can keep the hands at the waist, or you could bring them down onto the legs or down onto the mat. Whatever you feel like doing. Bringing the weight toward the front, right? So the heels feel a little lighter. And then hands back to the waist. They're not there already. Use that leg strength to lift you up. Take a breath. If you feel lightheaded, hands up over the head. And then we're turning to face front of the mat. Right leg is out, left leg behind. Let's grab opposite wrists, or you could walk the hands up further. So you're got the forearms or the elbows. Take a deep breath, and then we're folding forward. Press down, that right foot rising up. Back foot steps to the front, arms overhead. Back to mountain. Take a breath. And now we're going to step out to the left. So you're facing the other side of the mat, but it doesn't really matter. Whichever side you want to face is good. I'm still facing the same side. Another fold. This time we're going to bring the hands to the waist, but then bringing the hands back. So elbows squeezing together in the back. Shoulders squeeze back. Take a deep breath. Fold forward. Moving back up. Release the hands. Let's bring them up overhead. Maybe interlace the fingers. Flip the palms, kind of stretch here. And then hands back down to the side. Let's walk the feet in. Ready for Malasana. That squat that we do here, hands together. Deep breath. Bending the knees, we're lowering down. So you might have flat feet. You might be up on the balls of the feet, heels lifted, that's fine. You might be kind of halfway here. Whatever you want to do. One more breath. And then lifting up. Release the hands down. We're turning to face the front of the mat. Left leg is out, right leg behind. Whatever you did on the other side, we'll do the same, but see if you can switch the arms. So usually, we'll have one arm on top of the other. We usually have one that we favor. So whichever one you naturally go to, try the other one. It may feel a little weird. Take a breath and fold forward. And then rising up, back foot, steps to the front, release the hands, arms overhead, and back to mountain. Take a breath. And let's work on some balance. So we can start with tree, standing on the left, bringing the right foot in, whatever height you want to be. Got that right knee rotating out. Wrong one. Hands together to start, right? To get yourself settled. And then if you do feel like you're pretty steady, arms could extend. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Make sure you're not holding your breath or clenching your jaw. You don't want, we want like some strength and tightness through the legs and maybe even the core. But from kind of the waist up, we want to be kind of relaxed. And then set it down. We'll switch. Right side, finding your steadiness. Keep that breath moving in the body. And then release everything back down, bicycle out the legs. And we're going to step out into Warrior 3. So give yourself a little room in front. We'll have hands to center. Take a deep breath, stepping out with the left. We're shifting the weight into this. You might have a little bend in that knee to help you kind of control things a little better. And then we're starting to lean forward. And we're lifting that back leg as much as we're leaning. So if you start to feel unsteady, just come back a little bit. Don't try to stay where things are wobbly. Try to stay where things feel steady. Keep breathing. And if you set down or fall out, just come back up. Right? Sometimes we don't have our foot in the right place or we feel a little off. And again, stepping off the mat can be helpful, especially if you have a very thick mat. They can be difficult to balance on. You just feel a little off. And then we're going to set it back down. We're going to work the other side. So hands together, take your breath, stepping out right. And then lifting. Right, so this step is really just to get you to shift your weight. It doesn't need to be a big step. It could be a very small step, just enough to get you to shift your weight from 2 feet to 1 foot. Right, that is one of the really essential parts of balance, is being able to shift the weight over to the side that you want to balance on. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And then set that foot down, bicycle the legs. So in a balance like that, it's very noticeable, right? We're exaggerating that shift. In other ones, it's not as exaggerated, but you're still doing it in just more of a subtle way. So let's bend the knees here. I'm just going to lift up the right knee. Steady here. If you want to, grab the knee or the foot and extend, you can do that. Or you can just stay here. Today, I'm just going to stay here. I don't feel super balanced. Set it down and then switch your foot. So knowing what's in your practice and what's not for a given day is pretty important, right? And we can change our mind as we go along. Set the foot down, bicycle legs. Okay, so now we're back up at the top. I'm moving this mat again. It keeps scooting back. Not sure why this floor is not as good as the floor in my studio, but it isn't. So, or maybe this mat is bad. I don't know. Arms up overhead. Deep breath in, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. On the exhale, we're stepping back, downward dog. Coming forward to high plank. And then lower down. Head turns right. Arms by your side. Take a few breaths. Bring your head to center. We're going to come up into cobra. So tops of the feet rest on the mat. Hands about chest height. Elbows close, shoulders back. We're going to start lifting up head and chest, and then hover the hands. Then lower down. Head turns left. Bringing the head back to center. Bringing the arms forward for Sphinx. Propping the elbows under the shoulders. Got hands to the mat, and we're going to pull the shoulders back. Steady gaze. And lowering down. Let's bring the hands in front. We can set the chin down or the forehead. Take a few breaths. You can bring toes in, heels out if that's comfortable. And then let's bring the arms out in front. And we're going to roll. Well, I'm going to roll onto my left side. You may, depending on if you're, facing the TV, you want to roll onto whatever side you can still see me, because we're going to do both sides, so it doesn't really matter which one you pick first. So we've got that left arm extended, or I should say the top arm, right? The other arm is on the body. We're going to bend this top leg. And you can extend. So I'm too close to the wall here. You can hold on to the leg and extend. Okay? If you can reach the toe, you could grab the toe or the ankle. Whatever you want to do. We're just working to extend this leg as much as possible. So if you're here or whatever, that's fine. Right? If extending the leg is very hard, maybe you keep the knee bent and just kind of pull that thigh back. Right? See where you are today. See what works. And then releasing it down. And we're going to roll over. So you can do the other side. I'm going to move this way so I'm facing you still. But however you want to do this is fine. And if being out with the arm extended is a problem, you can always prop up on the elbow too. Doesn't really make a difference. We're going to bend this top leg. Extend. Breathe. And then bend the knee. And we're going to let that foot rest back down. And we're going to come onto the back. So we're on the mat, getting comfortable here. Take a moment to make sure everything feels pretty good laying on the mat. And then we're going to bend the right knee. Bring that ankle on top of the left thigh. You might stay here, or you're bringing that thigh in closer, or your supine pigeon. Supine just means laying on your back, if you didn't know that, but it does. And we call it this because this is basically what we do when we do that more, when we do regular pigeon, we're using the floor instead of our arms to kind of bring this leg flatter and closer to the body. Set both feet back down. We'll switch. And breathe. And then setting both feet down. Let's do our bridge. We've got heels back close to the body, hands by your side. Press down, hands and feet. And just find your steadiness. When you're ready, lowering back down. Soles of the feet together. Take a few breaths. And then bringing your knees together, we're going to walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Arms to a T or goalpost arms. And then lowering both knees over to the right. Gazing to the left. And then switching sides. Same thing, except gazing right. And then back to center. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit side to side. Extend the legs long. And then you can lower down however you want to get there. Finding a comfortable place for Shavasana. Keep breathing, relaxing. Feeling that steady breath. And we're going to begin this Metta meditation. So this is a meditation of care, concern, loving kindness, friendship, creating a feeling of warmth for yourself and others. So breathing in and out, feel a warmth in the heart center. And we begin by generating this kind feeling towards ourselves. Notice any sensations of negative feelings, self-judgment, anger, disappointment, and release them. Let them flow out with the breath. And as we breathe, I'm going to say some phrases, and you can just listen to them or you could repeat them to yourself. May I be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May I be safe and protected. May I be free of mental suffering or distress. May I be happy. May I be free of physical pain and suffering. May I be healthy and strong. May I be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Next, we're going to move to a person who invites a feeling of pure, unconditional love and kindness. Um, maybe a parent or a grandparent, a teacher, or someone who has mentored you or helped you in your life, someone who has given to you. And then we're going to have these same phrases about this person. So may they be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May they be safe and protected. May they be free of mental suffering or distress. May they be happy. May they be free of physical pain and suffering. May they be healthy and strong. May they be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Next, we're going to move to someone who is a dear friend. And we are going to go through these same words for them. So, holding that person in your mind, may they be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May they be safe and protected. May they be free of mental suffering or distress. May they be happy. May they be free of physical pain and suffering. May they be healthy and strong. May they be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Now we move to a neutral person, someone that you don't have strong like or dislike for, maybe someone you don't even know very well or at all. And we'll repeat the phrases, sending them loving care for their welfare. May they be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May they be safe and protected. May they be free of mental suffering or distress. May they be happy. May they be free of physical pain and suffering. May they be healthy and strong. May they be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. Now comes the hard part. We're going to move to someone you have difficulty with, hostile feelings or resentments. We're going to repeat the phrases for this person. If you have difficulty with this, you can say, to the best of my ability, I wish that they would be. If you don't feel like it's coming from the heart, you can send that wish from the heart. I wish I could feel that for you. If you begin to feel ill will towards the person, if this practice stirs up a feeling of ill will, move back to a friend or someone else and send those feelings back out again to them. So, may they be free from inner and outer harm and danger. May they be safe and protected. May they be free of mental suffering or distress. May they be happy. May they be free of physical pain and suffering. May they be healthy and strong. May they be able to live in this world happily, peacefully, joyfully, and with ease. So feel that loving kindness radiating out from your body to all beings. May all beings be safe, happy, healthy, and live joyously. May all beings be safe, happy, healthy, live joyously. May all beings be safe, happy, healthy, live joyously. May all beings in existence be safe, happy, healthy, and live joyously. When you're ready, moving a bit, fingers and toes, hands and feet. Stretching, if you will, and then making your way up to a seat. We'll bring hands together, deep breath in and out. And thank you for taking time for yoga today. I hope you have a very good day and that you live joyously. Namaste. Thank you for class. Any questions? If you have questions about metta meditation, there are lots of resources online and information about this, different types, different words, different phrases, different ways to say it if you might find one that is more appealing to you than others. But they all follow pretty much the same format. It's a very helpful meditation, especially if you're feeling angry or frustrated. It's a way to move past that. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow and hope to see some of you then.